Title: Transgender Individuals in Sports, a Consideration of Fairness and Inclusivity. Introduction. In recent years, the inclusion of transgender individuals in sports competitions has sparked intense debates worldwide. The topic raises important questions about fairness, competitive advantage, and inclusivity. While it is crucial to respect the rights and identities of transgender individuals, it is also necessary to examine the potential impact of their participation in sports competitions. This essay argues that transgender individuals should not be categorically excluded from sports competitions, but rather that a thoughtful and nuanced approach is required to balance fairness and inclusivity. Understanding transgender identity. To engage in a meaningful discussion, it is essential to have a clear understanding of what it means to be transgender. Transgender individuals identify with a gender different from the sex assigned to them at birth. They often pursue hormone replacement therapy (HRT) or gender-affirming surgeries to align their physical appearance with their gender identity. This process can have an impact on their athletic performance due to hormonal changes and physiological differences. Fairness in sports. One of the primary concerns regarding the inclusion of transgender individuals in sports competitions is the issue of fairness. Sports are typically organized into male and female categories to ensure fair competition. Biological differences, such as muscle mass, bone density, and hormone levels, can influence athletic performance. Advocates for excluding transgender individuals argue that their participation can potentially create an unfair advantage over cisgender athletes. The argument against transgender participation often emphasizes the physiological advantages associated with male puberty, including increased muscle mass and bone density. Critics claim that even after hormone therapy, transgender women assigned male at birth retain some of these advantages, which could pose a disadvantage for cisgender women. His viewpoint suggests that allowing transgender women to compete against cisgender women may undermine the principles of fair competition. Addressing competitive advantage. While it is true that transgender women may have some physiological advantages resulting from their assigned male sex at birth, it is important to note that hormone therapy can significantly impact their athletic performance. The International Olympic Committee (IOC), for instance, has established guidelines for transgender athletes, which require them to demonstrate that their testosterone levels have remained below a specific threshold for at least 1 year. This approach attempts to level the playing field and reduce the potential competitive advantage associated with higher testosterone levels. Critics argue that even with hormone therapy, some physiological advantages may persist. However, it is crucial to recognize that sports have always accommodated varying degrees of natural advantage. For example, some athletes have genetic predispositions, natural talent, or access to better training facilities or resources. Moreover, there are cisgender women who naturally possess higher levels of testosterone or other physical advantages. Basing the exclusion of transgender individuals solely on their potential competitive advantage would set a precedent that could be applied to other athletes with innate physiological advantages. Inclusivity and human rights. An important counter-argument to the exclusion of transgender individuals from sports competitions is the principle of inclusivity and respecting human rights. It is crucial to create an environment where transgender individuals can participate in activities, including sports, without being marginalized or excluded. Denying transgender individuals the opportunity to compete in sports may reinforce societal stigmatization and discrimination, perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Inclusivity is not only about providing equal opportunities for transgender individuals but also about challenging societal biases and promoting acceptance. By allowing transgender individuals to compete in sports competitions, society takes a step toward recognizing and respecting their gender identity, fostering a more inclusive environment for all individuals. Ensuring a level playing field to strike a balance between inclusivity and fairness, it is necessary to develop policies and guidelines that consider the complexities of transgender participation in sports. This could involve refining existing regulations to address the concerns of both cisgender and transgender athletes. For instance, policies might incorporate specific hormone level thresholds, eligibility criteria, or separate categories based on hormone levels or physiological factors. Further research and collaboration among experts in the fields of sports science, medicine, and transgender health can help establish evidence-based guidelines that mitigate any potential competitive advantages. By ensuring a level playing field, sports organizations can support inclusivity while maintaining the integrity of fair competition. Conclusion: the inclusion of transgender individuals in sports competitions is a complex and multifaceted issue. While concerns about fairness and competitive advantage are valid, blanket exclusion of transgender individuals may perpetuate discrimination and marginalization. Striking the right balance between inclusivity and fairness requires thoughtful consideration, evidence-based policies, and ongoing collaboration among experts. It is essential to recognize that sports have always accommodated natural variations in physical attributes and competitive advantages. By implementing well-defined guidelines that consider hormone therapy and physiological factors, sports organizations can create an inclusive environment that respects the rights and identities of transgender individuals while ensuring fair competition. The path forward lies in promoting dialogue, conducting research, and fostering an understanding that respects the rights and experiences of all individuals, regardless of their gender identity. Only through thoughtful consideration and open-mindedness can we create a sports landscape that is fair, inclusive, and respectful to all.